Alright, so, before we continue the campaign, I actually did acquire the materials I needed for this feature. You mainly could just go here and just take out enemies to get the materials you needed. Like these here. So, anyways.
Did my sister send you?
With the materials you gathered, you are now ready to craft your lure. Report to Dactylus. She will be able to help you craft not only this, but many more items of all kinds later. Once you craft your lure, return to me and I will give you your next instruction.
May your courage never falter.
Dactylus will be able to aid you in the any crafting that you need for the path. Greetings, friend. I will gladly help you craft your lure and mirror.
I have much to offer.
Aha. Okay. On your soulbind, increasing your health for their next Path of Ascension encounter. Pelts, calloused bones. This very much reminds me of what I've been dealing with on my Necrolord, with the abominations, anyway. Well, I gotta make one more of those cores.
My wares are at your disposal. Your patronage is appreciated.
Do you have need of my blade?
Every time you craft a piece of yourself is imbued in whatever you create.
Take heart. Hold faith.
Sorry, I clicked that really fast.
My blade is always ready.
The opponents you train against in the Colosseum are not physical beings, but rather manifestations of such. Your first opponent is one that you and your soulbinds have met numerous times before. The Ascended, Calistine. Asking another Kyrian to be your opponent in the path is a great honor, as it tells them that you have much to learn from them. Go to Aspirant's Awakening and use the cores to summon Calistine by calling back to your first introduction. It is as ceremony states.
Stand firm and know that
asking another Kyrian to be an opponent in the path is deeply personal. I hope that the ceremonial nature of our method is not lost on either of you. My brother is not one to skimp on ceremony. So then we have to make our way down there. Okay. In the meantime, let's go ahead and pick up the next chapter of the campaign.
You are seen.
In order to defeat the Forsworn, the Crest needs an artifact that embodies repentance, atoning for past mistakes and moving forward. I have an artifact in mind. Long ago, many souls from Revendreth arrived in Bastion, purer souls than we have ever received from Revendreth. They bore the mark of the Seal of Contrition, a focus that expedited their cleansing. Go to Revendreth and find this seal so that we may harness its power.
Stay true
Curator
to
in
our
Dark
eternal
Haven.
charge. Clea, Pelagos,
Okay.
accompany the Moorwalker to retrieve this seal.
Polemarch, while I enjoy Pelagos' companionship, I fear that he will struggle to stay hidden without wings to fly out of sight.
I appreciate the concern, but I can take care of myself.
Consider it a learning opportunity. Seek the Curator. I have already sent word for her aid in this matter.
You have faced much. Trust the path.
I understand Clea being concerned about that when it comes to Pelagos, with him not having the wings to be able to, like she said, stay out of sight. And it is nice to know that both Clea and Pelagos will be there to back me up in case something goes wrong. And of course, this makes sense that the Curator and the other members of Revendreth would of course be willing to help us out. While we may not have as much interaction with Revendreth as, say, the Necrolords do in their campaign, we are, again, seeing a interaction between all four covenants, where it's very clear that what's going on here is that they are starting to work together more and more, so that they can build up their forces and be one united force against the forces of the Jailer. This is actually something that we're actually going to, well, without spoiling, because I did take a look at the PTR for patch 9.1. Let's just say that if you're eager to see all four of the Covenants start to work together against the forces in the Maw against the Jailer, you're going to get some pretty cool stuff. I didn't go too far. I stopped at a certain point. I was like, okay, I'm going to stop right here, because I thought it was going to have me go into another possible long scenario. I will say the new there is something introduced. I'm not going to say what it is, but I was happy about it. I also laughed about it because of what it means, but anyways. But it was cool for a moment. It reminded me, you know, that moment where I turned around and I saw forces from all four of the Covenants here, like, standing together as united force. It reminded me of in Legion, when we had members of all 12 order halls, class order halls in Legion, ready to stand together and fight together against the Burning Legion. And that was just awesome, you know? And it seems like they're going to go for that same kind of feeling here in Shadowlands, which I guess I'm not surprised by, considering that, well, I've said before, this is not the entire team that worked on Legion. It is, at the heart and core of it, essentially the same team with some personnel changes here and there. It was being said that they've had two teams, development teams and writing teams, for years. We've had what is basically labeled as Team A and Team B, or Team 1 and Team 2. Team 1, or Team A, whichever you prefer, is the team that worked on Wrath, Pandaria, Legion, and Shadowlands. I'd say it's a pretty good group there. While the other team worked on, I believe, Burning Crusade, Cataclysm, Warlords, and BFA. Now, that's not entirely 100% concrete true. I'm not, I guess I really shouldn't say that is what happened, or that is the fact of what happened, but that is what I have heard. I didn't really get it verified or anything, but that is what I've heard is the case of what goes on behind the scenes for the development scene. But let's just say that was being said because people were trying to show...
Some time since I've seen a Kyrian. Perhaps you will lend me a feather for my studies. Maybe a dozen.
Hi, Curator. Poor Clea.
Look! The Mawwalker has arrived.
Thank the Archon.
She was like, can you lend me a feather from your wings? And Clea was just starting to get very uncomfortable. Being asked, hey, can I have feathers from your wings? And she's like, and I show up and they're like, oh, he's here. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh. Hello. You'll need to wait your turn for torment.
I see you sided with the Kyrian. Disappointing. Oh, it's okay. My demon hunter sided with you. You already got to interact with him. Oh, yes, that's... Of course. I forgot. But I cannot say that I am surprised. You always did seem quite whimsical. We're looking for the Seal of Contrition.
Now, the Seal of Contrition. Created by a noble by the name of Alwyn, I believe? A brilliant artifact in the art of repentance. I'm afraid its fate, as well as its creators, is lost to me. I know someone who could help, but not willingly. I was fine before the Maw. Now
I am truly sorry.
fuzzy.
Sorry. I am truly sorry. I do not have more answers. The Maw scattered my mind quite a bit. I will help to the best of my ability.
Somehow
The Countess knows the fates and goings-on of every noble in Revendreth. It is the best way to keep them in her debt. However, she has a dark secret. Despite what she may say, she was once mortal. We will need to find where she keeps her Sin Stone. No easy feat, of course. We will need to gather some intel. The Venthyr of the Chalice District are constantly gossiping. Collect their letters from the couriers until you learn something of interest.
How may I serve you?
I worry about entering the city. I'm sure that you have noticed how well we stand out here. Denathrius' loyalists have eyes everywhere, and no more dedicated soldiers than the Stoneborn. Their eyes and ears watch over the Chalice District. Take other leaders so none can report our presence here before we acquire the seal.
The Countess surely knows poor Alwyn's fate. If we can find her Sinstone, it will be the leverage we need for her to assist in your search.
I have an idea to help myself blend in. I'll meet you in the Chalice District.
Pelagos! Keep an eye out for him. I'll scout from above.
You got it, Cleo. That's the flaming one, right? Hold on. Can I actually look that up? No, hold on. No, that's not the same thing. There's that one, which... That's about as elusive as the purple hawk mount that's in Warlords. You really have to pay attention and look for those crystals in order to be able to try and get this thing. I haven't taken the time to do that yet. Glory of the Legion Hero. At some point, I really have to try and... I believe I've seen groups try and do that achievement. I should try and take some time to actually see if I can actually pull those achievements off. Maybe solo them, I'm not sure. Molten Front Offensive. I haven't taken the time to actually go back and do some of this. I wasn't playing the game back when Cataclysm was current, so I don't have this. Recruit a friend. Yep. Oh, this is what you get in the Ferondis chest when you get Paragon rep with the Court of Ferondis and Azuna. Argent Tournament. Yep. And then this one I recently finally finished. Partly because not only did I want to get this mount, I wanted to get the title as well, the Guardian of Cenarius title. So on my main shaman character, I actually was first in Silithus, getting the rep for the Cenarian Circle, and then I went to Zangarmarsh in BC, in Outland, and worked on the rep for Cenarian Expedition, so I could be able to get the achievement to get the title, as well as get this mount here. So what's cool is that it is one of the only hippogriff mounts, though you saw right there, basically, hold on, because obviously you know that certain hippogriff mounts are not accessible to horde characters. These are basically some of the only hippogriff mounts that a horde character can actually be able to use, because there are plenty of others that I'm sure are not accessible to horde characters, because usually hippogriffs are alliance-only types of mounts. Same with griffins, right? We're just going to go ahead and use it just to show it off, and just to show, hey look, a horde character using a hippogriff. It's one of the reasons I like groups like the Cenarian Circle. and the Earthen Ring. Groups that don't care about what your faction is. Because they care about Azeroth. They care about defending the land, the people, the planet. Not about what their faction loyalties are.
I could use some aid.
What's up, Pelagos?
I am here for you.
Making my way into the city unseen was not as simple as I thought. I trekked through some mud where I came across these small men. Perhaps Clea is right. I draw far too much attention here to be of much use. Perhaps I can disguise myself? Please help me by gathering some Venthyr clothing as a disguise.
I will find my way over to Clea and the Curator. Please, excuse me, mates?
Hey, Blue! You trying to ditch us or what?
They call him Blue. Sorry, Clea. I sometimes forget if it's supposed to be Clea or Clea. My bad.
Don't want any of these fancy fangs seeing us together.
I'd rather not take her on right. Oh, wait. I have to, because she's part of the quest. Derp.
You reek of Kyrian filth!
Excuse me? I do not appreciate that insinuation. I do not reek, thank you. Face the might of Ashbringer!
My eyes may close, but more take my place.
Jeez, you may as well have just said, Hail Hydra. Cut off one head, two more shall take its place. The large prey is up. That means that, Hope Crusher can be up? Yeah, I have general chat turned off. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, there is a rare here called Hope Crusher, which spawns when you interact with that right there. It's large prey. Once I click on that, he will then show up. He's a giant Gargan, and he drops another Gargan mount called the Hope Crusher Gargan. So, and it is a rare drop. So let's just say this is one of those elites that we're probably going to be coming back to farm to get the mount quite often. I want to have a shot at the mount here, but he is pretty tough. Soloing him is a very tall order.
It's too far away.
You know what I like about this legendary I picked up? By the way, in case I didn't show it to you guys yet, I made my first legendary. So yeah, what I like about this is that it's not RNG reliant. It happens every time. When I cast Divine Storm, I get that wave of light there every time. It's not a percent chance that it could happen. No, it happens every time. According to sites like Blood Mallet, it is considered one of the best legendaries for a Red Paladin for doing AoE damage. There is another to get, but I don't have it yet, which is supposed to be better for single target damage. So I figure, well, until I get that legendary, I'll just try and emphasize being able to do more AoE damage. I forget the command to be able to switch chat channels. I forget if maybe doing this helps get it to pop up. Nope. Oh well. Alright, so there's another leader over here. I need to take out those couriers. There's one right here.
I'm out of range.
There we go.
I heard that Duke Grigor has abated his absolving duties. The nerve of him, thinking himself busier than the rest of us.
Yes, I'm quite busy.
It's too far away.
I can't believe it.
I sent my courier to the night market to sell some goods for me, and he had the gall to name me. I discharged that fool on the spot. Time brokers will hold it against me for millennia.
I always get amused these quests that we get to actually listen to the gossip and such of the nobles in Revendreth. It's always funny and fascinating to be able to look into some of the various different politics throughout World of Warcraft. Which it's always had. There's always been politics in Warcraft. It just really kind of depends on what exactly they do with it and what kind of politics and such. You know, like Suramar was a very political zone. Just as an example. Gotta deal with this one before I can deal with that guy. Karal the Ripper. I'm very surprised that Blizz didn't decide to name him Jack. I mean, what? This is Blizzard, as if they wouldn't do that. Well, that Alliance guy ran by and aggroed everything, and they now have to run back and reset. Because he was just running through.
I will tear your flesh from your bones.
We'll see about that. Now, as you probably noticed, it doesn't do that much damage. It does about 20% of the normal damage that Divine Storm does. But it is still extra AoE damage. Especially if you have them standing in a line, you can just be able to just keep hitting them with various different waves.
I'm out of range.
Come over here.
I also require a bouquet of 23 hand-picked midnight roses, a stone-born guard that reports solely to me, and tea made from leaves plucked from the Ember Ward. Then I may consider keeping the location of your Sinstone a secret.
Like, do this for me and do this for me, and then I may consider fulfilling your request. Yes.
We will break you like all the rest!
I wonder how many people thought of the Vampire Bloodline Masquerade game when they found out about Revendreth, and they were like, oh my gosh, are we gonna get to do political vampires in Warcraft? For the record, I've never actually personally played that game, but I did see somebody playing it earlier, and I was just like, huh. It seemed interesting, even though it seems a little dated. But still, it seemed interesting. I'm very surprised. Like, the large prey is still there. I think players run by waiting to see whether or not the prey... They don't see if the prey is there. They see whether or not Hope Crusher is there. Because he's not going to be here until you trigger this. Now, what I don't know is if I trigger this, if then there's going to be some kind of timer. I wonder how many of my guildmates... Well, this is late at night, so not many of them are even on right now. No. Otherwise, I'd go to my guildmates and be like, hey, you guys want to help me get Hope Crusher so we can all have a shot at the mount? However, there is a way to be able to deal with that. It's this little tool that so many people hate. Yeah, page up and page down don't really seem to do anything. It's one of the things where I'm like, this is where me not learning all and memorizing all the key bindings in this game kind of come back to bite me in the butt. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. When in doubt, go prot. Oh, hold on. I gotta fix the shield.
I have just the thing.
This is not a shield. This is not a shield. No, 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 no. There we go.
May your feet find good trails.
Back up, back up, back up. And there he is. Alright. Let me get these. Since I, well, obviously don't have a, Alright, let's see. Okay, I hit a lot more than I intended. Wouldn't it be amazing as if after all this the mount actually drops? So he's immune to my stun. That's lovely. Again, I'm really hoping that another player or so is going to show up at some point. I can't drag him out there because then other trash will actually, you know. Okay, so even as a tank, he has a lot of health and hits pretty hard. Okay. Sorry if I'm wasting, you know, your time while you guys are watching this. But I can't help it. The mount collector in me is like, come on! I want to kill him so I can have a shot at the mount. If I get up here and he's already fighting somebody else. Nope. Again, you see how all this trash just completely, you know, walks around and patrols the whole time, right? So it becomes kind of difficult to do so in a safe place.
I have many lucky doos. You like? Many farewells.
It's too far away.
Come on, come back here. Oh, hold on. Oh, this guy is a geared shaman.
You reek of Kyrian filth.
My eyes! House Primrose cordially invites Houses Darkbane and Sinfang to discuss arrangements vis-a-vis the Countess. Let us strengthen the bonds between our families.
Alright, so I've got a really geared shaman and a mage. So it looks like our shaman may have swapped to healer, but that's fine. Oh, he popped the elemental to help with the tanking. Okay.
Go Kyrian
Oh, great.
To target something first.
Nope. No mount. Oh well, we tried.
But more take my place.
Alright. Now we shall continue. We got the attempt on the mountain, and now we can continue. Through there, I suppose? It's always funny trying to figure out where to go. Especially in an area where you're not able to fly. Inside this house over here. Of course.
You gotta go!
You dare step
You gotta go!
You gotta go! Where's you gonna go? Boy, it's a good thing I swapped over to Prot. Oh my goodness. I would probably be dead already. This is why I tell people that questing as a tank spec on a class like a Demon Hunter, for example, is a great idea. And as you can see, it works well on a class like a Paladin or a Druid or a Death Knight or Warrior. And I'm sure it works well on a monk as well.
You possess more strength than I imagined.
Yes, I do. Oh, will you stop? Oh, they're up there. Well, okay then. I cannot wait to be able to fly in these zones in the next patch.
I did some digging myself. It seems the Countess keeps her Sinstone locked away in a crypt. The keys spread amongst nobility as a sign of favor.
Hopefully, our friend has found a clue to who may hold these keys then.
Well...
Do you need a training partner?
Such fine fabric. I believe this could work.
Let me try this on. How do I look?
I do not believe that will fool anybody, brother. You have a talent for magic. Perhaps an illusion would better serve you.
I mean, even Anduin was able to come up with a better disguise than that.
Change is coming, and we must change with it.
This city makes my skin crawl. I feel like I am constantly being watched, that people are whispering behind my back. taking out the Stoneborn leader should slow the flow of information back to Denathrius' loyalists.
Nice to meet you. Oh, well, did we already do that?
3 houses that find themselves in the Countess's favor. Peculiar. Sounds like you're going to explore the Redlav district.
Revendreth.
If I know the Countess, which I do, her Sinstone will have stronger protection than mere keys. She is quite fond of curses. This whole expansion is fond of curses. To protect her gateways, I'm capable of creating a residue that should protect us, but it requires the petals of a very specific flower that you can find in the Redlav Gardens. Collect the petals of these flowers so that I may protect us from the dangers to come.
The future of Bastion is in our hands.
The Venthyr travel long distances, though through enchanted mirrors. The keys that we look for are not as we have in Bastion, but rather shards of a mirror that will lead to the Sinstone's location. Based on the intel you found, we know which 3 houses hold these shards: Primrose, Darkvein, and Sinfang. Go to their manors and retrieve the shards. We'll find the frame to piece them into.
Come with me. I will place a bell to help you get down to the Redlav district.
I will search for the frame. Pelagos, please find a better disguise.
Yes, please, Pelagos. That's not a disguise. That's you wearing something when it's raining outside.
Ring this if you need help getting to the ground. I will provide aerial support. Good luck.
Thanks, Clea. Why can't I use that form of transportation more often? It reminds me of when a night elf dies and they can go back as a wisp. Do you mind? Now I know that the paladin back in the days of
will meet your true death.
I just realized I went into the wrong house. That the paladin in Diablo 3 was usually called the Hammerdin because of this. And of course the Crusader in Diablo 3 has that as well. However, there is only one thing that I refer to the Prot Paladin spec in WoW. The Captain America spec. Especially if you're wielding a hammer instead of a sword and such. I mean, if you guys have seen Avengers Endgame, you know exactly why. Perhaps it's that mana right there. Although there is one in here. Excuse me.
You will
I believe you have a shard I need.
These lands.
I just love that gong. This poor trigger, he's like, hey! Yeah, there's no need for that. Sorry, pal, but when you attack me, you attacked me. That's not important.
I need a target.
You join their fate.
I'll
be taking this. Thank you. I'm sure this is not going to put me on the good side of the Countess, but that's okay. My Demon Hunter is on our good side. Alright. It's like, ooh, what a lovely flower.
You will meet your true death.
Will I? And then I get a hammer! As Muradin would say, that's it, you're getting the hammer! A secret treasure. Ooh.
Over here!
Flowers.
We have found the mirror frame!
Well, I will be back in a moment. I don't have all the shards. I was just simply trying to get the flowers. But it's nice to know where my destination is. The Star-Spangled Man with a plan.
I could smell your stench as soon as you arrived. Come now.
What is with you all thinking I have some kind of a stench? I am a blood elf, and I will tell you right now, Liadrin has never once thought that I reek or of some kind of stench.
My shard! My ticket to power!
You got what she said, right? My ticket to power! Because of course that would be their main concern. Politics. Thank you. Need to go pick some more flowers. There's a flower over there. There's a couple of flowers over here, which I ignored.
Over here! We have found the mirror frame!
Alright, one more. One more. Right there. Okay. Really? The Duchess is back? Oh. Phased her out.
Oh. Hello. You'll need to wait your turn for torment.
The Countess keeps her thumb on the pulse of every noble in Revendreth, past and present. To her, information is power. She does not share it easily. I will need many petals to protect the four of us. I have 30, is that enough? It may be a stretch, but I believe I can make this work.
Somehow we...
I am sure you caused quite a ruckus among the nobility.
Remember,
we must work quickly.
Revendreth is a servant of two.
Oh my goodness. Why are we having this conversation in such a hostile area?
The mirror frame rests at the bottom of the Redlav Hall. Clea and Pelagos... Clea, I keep forgetting. Wait there. With these shards I can piece it together. We will go through, grab the Sin Stone, and then go face the Countess. Let nothing stand in our way. And I will get the Halo of the Selfless, a cosmetic for my back.
The real goal is the angelic wings.
Now, which order did I set those tomb traps in? Clea made quick work of the Venthyr in our path. She is truly a sight to behold. Follow me downstairs. Your friends are waiting.
Wait, Clea did this?
Pelagos, I am impressed. That is quite the disguise.
If I did not know any better, I would think you're a Venthyr of some renown.
Thank you. Illusion magic is not quite my forte, but I took a page from the Venthyr's book.
Impressive. Looks very nice. Also, Clea, you are a... Wow. That's a... Where have you been hiding all of that? You are actually quite the death machine, aren't you?
I was fine before the maw. Now everything's fuzzy.
I'm ready.
Somehow we forgot how to be Venthyr. With these shards and some of my own anima, I will piece this
I will
mirror
go
back
ahead
together.
and make sure it is safe.
Be careful, Pelagos. We'll be right behind you. Everybody remember to apply the powder to protect yourself.
The Countess demands more hands at her tower. I am to take over here.
Sir, we are not supposed to leave our posts for any reason.
At once, or I shall tell the Countess to take away your... wine.
Yes, sir. At once, sir.
I did it? I did it! Let us go!
I did it?
I stand with you. Countess's Sinstone will be ours.
You will never defeat me, Kyrian.
I have heard that before. From others far greater than you. Take notice that I'm still here, and they are not.
Take the Sinstone. Let us leave here before we are caught.
Every Venthyr lived a past life as a Sinstone. The Countess hid hers, insisting that she was born of the Shadowlands.
Pelagos, that was amazing. You really pulled through with that disguise.
Really? Oh, thank you, Clea.
Clea.
My weapon and my wings are yours.
So much power in one stone. Your past can be used against you. This is why we free ourselves.
Yes, I'm aware, Clea, but you do things very differently in Bastion compared to what they do here in Revendreth, because you both serve two different purposes. That's the point.
I shall fight for all we believe in.
Go ahead and add that.
Nice to meet you. Oh, or did we already do that?
The Countess built her reputation on being a native Venthyr, never a soul. Revealing her Sinstone to the world would be catastrophic. This is the leverage that we need for the information that we seek. She will tell us where Alwyn is, where the seal is. This mirror leads to her estate. I will follow you behind as a backup, but the Kyrian shall wait here. Don't let her threaten you. You hold the power.
After you?
Alright, here we go.
Just who I was expecting.
Hello, Countess.
Curator, my dear. Did you really think I would not hear of your little plan? Come along. We should speak in private.
Keep on your guard. The Countess is not one to mess with.
She's being very polite and cordial. We shall do the same. But of course, Countess.
It seems you have found my sin stone, and you have come to return it to me. So the Moorwalker does not think you came to threaten me. Let us choose our words carefully. But we are all friends here. Please eat. Then we will discuss your problem.
But of course, thank you for the food.
Since we agree you are not here to blackmail me, why did you seek my attention?
We are looking for a particular object, Countess. One that was once in noble hands. I assume you know of the Seal of Contrition.
Ah, yes. Surrounded by some amount of drama, was it not? Yes. But first, you have something for me?
Do you mean your sin stone? Is that what you're implying? I give you your sin stone and you give us the information we need? I suppose we could be able to come to agreement on that.
You have my ear.
You are lucky that the Curator is by your side, Moorwalker. If you dared this stunt on your own, you would never see your precious bastion again. I shall tell you the story of the Seal of Contrition. Then you are to leave. Immediately. Very well.
Some time ago, Alwyn created the Seal of Contrition to aid in extracting anima from the souls in his care. The seal was seen as a failure by most. Yes, it purged sins from souls quickly, but the amount of anima produced was lacking. When Denathrius found out about this wasteful relic, he exiled Alwyn to the Ember Ward. Nobody has seen him, or the seal, since. That is all I know. Now be gone, before this stops being amusing.
But of course. Curator?
Oh. Hello. You'll need to wait your turn for torment.
The Ember Ward is filled with outcasts from Revendreth's society, whether they rebelled, crossed a noble, or simply looked at Denathrius wrong. It is a light-scorched land that drives Venthia mad, unless they manage to stay within the shadows. If Alwyn is there, it may be too late. Let us visit Theotar at the Sanctuary of the Mad. I'm sure he will be pleased to see you.
But of course I love Theotar.
I have arranged a flight to the Ember Ward. We shall depart from the balcony above.
Countess?
What secrets have you to spill?
Have a pleasant evening. I love the way the Curator walks. Yes. Don't mind us, we are taking our leave. Oh, there's no need to show us out. We know the way to the door. Alright, we should probably get going. Remember, he's in the Ember Ward, and that's not a pleasant place. Whoops. Wrong side. She's like, I meant this one over here. Sorry, Curator, I should have followed you. Sorry.
I will fetch Claire and Pelagos. May your trip to the Ember Ward be without trouble.
Let's hope so. It's still flowing out. By the way, I think I have figured out that I think the main... Because I'm using Clea right now for Prot at the moment, though honestly I think Mechanicos is going to be the Prot Soulbind. I think Clea is meant for Holy. Just kind of based on how Valiant Strikes looks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is meant for Holy Paladin. So once I unlock Mechanicos as a Soulbind, I'll use Mechanicos for Prot. And I'll assign Clea for Holy, though I hardly ever play Holy.
The Seal of Contrition will allow us to rebuild our crest and make new Ascended to fill Bastion's ranks against the Forsworn.
Oh, I thought Theotar was going to keep talking.
Care for a quick stroll?
Ah, PapaNeeks, welcome back to Revendreth. Allow me to connect you with someone who may be of service.
Alwyn! You have visitors, my friend. After Alwyn fell mad to the light, the seal was stolen by a disposed duke who aimed to harness its power for himself.
Oh.
We have recently tracked him down, and we're discussing next steps. Your timing is serendipitous as always.
So, yeah, that's Alwyn. Okay, then.
I serve not only Bastion, but all of the Shadowlands.
I had only heard tales of the Ember Ward before now. It's breathtaking. Yet terrible. The light burns the Venthyr here, scorching their flesh and driving them mad. The only reprieve is darkness, but the thugs have taken over every inch of shelter outside of this sanctuary. There is no redemption for them. Only justice. We passed many ash ghouls on the way here, screaming in pain from their light-dispensed burns. And after meeting Alwyn and the others here, my heart aches for them. They have lost much of who they once were, and suffer daily for it. Please, collect some berries from the Ashen Traverse. I believe I could impart anima into them to create a healing salve to soothe their wounds. It's the least I can do.
I am coming along. Aerial support at your service.
The Ash Ghoul inspects you, checking your weapons and armor closely. He shifts his eyes from you to your Kyrian companions before checking back in with Theotar, who nods to him. Alwyn motions for you to follow him.
We are watching.
Alright, Alwyn, lead the way.
Stay close.
I'll try. I know the way. Follow me to my precious... Sorry. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Notice that not only has his mind been scorched, but he's missing an arm. me a second, Alwyn. I need to collect these berries. Oh, he jumped way up there.
Allow me to show you the way.
It's my duty to help those in pain. This salve shall help.
This salve should help relieve your pain, at least for a time, Alvin. Thank our friend for retrieving the necessary petals.
You start fight, I end fight.
He nods, resolve in his eyes.
We are watching.
Alright, so I have to go back and take out some outcast Venthyr. I guess I was supposed to do this as I was following Alwyn, but I wasn't sure if it was one of those follow quests where if you fall too far behind, it fails. It's like, you failed to follow him. Because there have been quests like that in the past. There was a quest I just recently did that was back in Burning Crusade in Zangarmarsh, where you had to follow this guy into this Naga-infested area in order for him to get this object. And the reason, and it was a long one, it was basically one of those escort quests that everyone hates. Because, of course, he kept getting attacked along the way. Fortunately, though, I was doing this on my geared shaman. He may not be 60, but he had gear from, like, heroic Nyalotha. And this is Burning Crusade content, so of course he's one-shotting everything. But the guy went so slow. Like, throughout the quest. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Can you please hurry up? Okay. Now that we've slayed some Venthyr, let's go see Clea.
What is on your mind?
When people fall to their vices, they must be judged accordingly.
I like her weapon, by the way. A big, like, golden hammer.
For the prince.
He points at a Venthyr on the ledge above. He lets out a slight low rumble. Kill Duke Viel and retrieve the Seal of Contrition.
Stay close.
Hello, Duke.
With the power of the
You have
sea,
my hammer, friend.
I shall control the entirety of the Ember War. You can never defeat me.
Again, you sound like the rest who have faced me before. And they also fell.
my sins
Finally,
on my path
the seal
to
is within our
glory!
Once used in the penitential process for souls arriving in Revendreth, it was cast aside long ago for more brutal methods. So now...
How may I serve you?
Could it really be the object of our long search? With the seal in hand, we must return to Bastion. Alwyn has received his justice. He has bequeathed the seal to our care. Let us say our goodbyes at the Sanctuary of the Mad, and then head home. I look forward to returning to the blue skies and open fields of Bastion.
Keep a calm mind. I will meet you at the Sanctuary of the Mad. Let us get Pelagos and go home.
You know, you could take me there. You could, you know, just carry me and fly me over there. No? Alright, Clea, fine. Fortunately, there's a flight master right here.
My master did say to serve everyone.
Nice to meet you. Oh, or did we already do that?
We have retrieved the seal and are returning to Bastion.
Now, that is wonderful news indeed. I am sure your Kyrian will be quite pleased. I must admit, I am sad to see you go.
I have learned much from you, Curator. I believe there are many similarities in our ways and the Venthirs. We all must face our pasts.
It seems we have all learned something in this endeavor, Pelagos. Indeed, nobody can run forever.
Thank you all, once again. Come, brother. Let us return home.
I love that they are both Hearthing. In fact, that is the Hearthstone thing that we got for, I believe it was pre-ordering. Because I could do my Kyrian, but you know what? Since they just used that one, let me see if I can find it. Because I know I have it. I was using it before this expansion came out. Hold on. Here we go. The Eternal Traveler's Hearthstone. Since they used it, I'll use it.
Holomark, Moorwalker, I have something you need to see.
What is it?
I would have you speak.
One of my scouts brought back intelligence on Lysonia's movements. Well, let's see it then.
Archon's eyes upon you.
The Archon's faithful work to rebuild the Crest of Ascension, empowered by the other Covenants.
Go, my Forsworn. Finish preparations. The new dawn must rise soon.
I shall inform the Archon.
Oh, Uther. Hey, Mechanicos.
Oh, good questions only.
Concern about Calicine's report, but not my problem. Seal should work perfectly. Preparations for the seal are complete. Go, insert it into the crest. Be delicate, yet firm. Move with purpose, but a steady hand. We're gonna get our helm piece for this. Nice. It's a massive upgrade compared to what I'm already wearing.
But I have more.
You see the seal of contrition flash with power as you pull your hand away from it. One singular item connecting the denizens of Bastion and Revendreth in more ways than the obvious.
The seal of contrition represents many things. Repentance, remorse, cleansing yourself of your past mistakes and moving forward from them. Its power brought souls to Bastion, and now it shall help bless our aspirants with their wings. Go in service, knowing that your achievement has brought us one step closer to restoring the sanctity of our order.
Got to renown 13. Two pieces away from finishing the set. By the way, that's what it looks like. A big ring on your back. Kind of reminds me of what Artanis actually had in Legacy of the Void. You know, that big thing he had on his back? That's what that reminds me of. So that concludes that chapter of the campaign. So we have helped Maldraxxus, Revendreth, and it looks like our next stop is going to be Ardenweald. Still have not unlocked Mechanicos. I imagine it'll be soon, though. We will continue with the next chapter to aid Ardenweald when we return. Stay tuned.